Hello there and welcome to this episode of Inside Southeastern Football. Head coach Ryan Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall, as we're right here at Santa Fe once again for our program this week. And then this time, welcome to the show, the head football coach of your Southeastern Lions, Coach Ryan Roberts. And Coach, big win this past Thursday night against a very good Lamar team as you move to 3-1 overall and, more importantly, 2-0 in the Southland Conference.
It was a huge win in Southland Conference play. I really thought that Lamar was one of the teams, the better teams in our conference. And it was a big matchup. I think we had it here at home on a Thursday night. We got the support of our fan base, and they did an awesome job there. We did a great job of showing up, even though it was a fall break. I think our student body selection showing up, we did an awesome job there.
Coach, I'll ask you this. This was a situation where, you know, if you watch the game, we're going to take a look at the highlights here in a few minutes, but maybe a game you could have won big, but you're late. You find yourself down late in the second half of this ball game and show some character and come back and win the game coming from behind. You know, we've said it, winners win, and right now your team just knows how to win these type of games.
Yeah, we did a great job coming away with the W. We did some things that we should have done better throughout the ball game, put us in better position. I think we could have won it by a large margin, and didn't take care of business. Turnovers, missed opportunities, make some plays, and we got to clean that up. But to get the W is huge and is a big win. And hopefully we'll learn from our mistakes, come out and play cleaner.
All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at those first half highlights as the Lions took on Lamar in a Thursday night at Strawberry Stadium. All right, Thursday night, Lions coming out the locker room here. A little different uniform combination this week, Coach, with the gold tops and the green bottoms. Look good for the home crowd here on this big television game.
I really like the way that turned out. I like the uniform combination there. I think it looked really good. It's a great atmosphere for Thursday night. Appreciate the fans, the way they showed up, did an awesome job.
Lamar took the football first, and you come out and get a 3-and-out to start the ball game, get the offense on the field, and their offense had been running up and down the field on a lot of teams, so a nice way to start the game defensively.
Yeah, I thought we started out with a bang, came out playing fast in the first quarter. Big play there from Deshae to Jeff Smiley, and Jeff does the work from there and takes it to the house.
Nice way to start on top in this game is, I would say maybe through the first 3 weeks of the season, Coach, maybe lacked some explosiveness. It was great to see an explosive play to start this ball game out.
Yeah, I think that's everybody in our camp that's been there and know we're capable of doing that. We threw the ball very well in fall camp, just for different circumstances the first couple of weeks, and weren't able to do it as well as we'd like.
Come back out on the defensive side of the football. And this was a near pick six, Coach.
A great read by Denzel Thompson. Great read, great reaction. Steps in front, just comes up short on the catch, and the opportunity for a pick six.
They go with a tunnel screen. Your defense really swarming here, and once again, you force a quick 3-and-out. You get the ball back for your offense.
Yeah, huge play. Herbert Harris, Solomon Parker, and then nice run here by William French.
The line played well in this one, Coach, and this was a 4th down play that looks like Bozier might get it, and he just tripped up there and comes up a little bit short on that 4th down.
Came up short. You know, those are the things, those are the drives that we want to be able to have success and make those type of conversions. If you're going to be real explosive on offense, you got to be able to do those.
It's a little quarterback keeper by their quarterback Carson Earp. Get it down into a scoring situation. They had a penalty, it would come back, and another completion there.
Nice catch and throw there.
You see a 3rd down as they would not convert. Get the ball back for your offense and get the running game going. Like I was saying, offensive line played very well. One thing that I don't know if you could tell from the highlights here, Lamar was very big up front on the defensive line. I thought our offensive line really handled them well.
They're a big physical football team. I think they're going to do very well the rest of the conference. I think they're going to give a lot of people fits. I think, like I said, coming into this thing, I thought they were one of the teams to beat. If you're going to win a conference championship, they're the one of the teams you're going to have to go through. There's
a nice throw there to Dylan Bozier from Deshae, as I think our fans were waiting to see what type of player Deshae Lander was, and I thought he introduced himself nice to the conference and to our fans this week. Great
strike, perfect throw, nice job. Great read here on the option, pulls the ball down and walks in for 6.
So now you're up 13-0 at this point, Coach. I got to be feeling pretty good as you've dominated the football game to start this one out.
I think when we came out, we talked about that. We really wanted to start this one out fast in the first quarter. I think we're playing fast. We're playing very efficient on both sides of the ball. Again, we finished there. We missed the PAT, which is a downer over there. But you know, again, he came back and made some big kicks late.
Coach, I thought coming into the ball game that this young man, Kerry Harrington, had a lot of notoriety and publicity, and I thought he lived up to it. There's a little rollout pass. As a nice job that time by Mikey Eugene, who would separate the football. He had some big hits in this one.
He had some huge hits. He had a great night. Was our defensive player of the week as a football team, and we'll get some great pressure there by JQ, and Herbert Harris is going to pick this one off and try to give him a little ribbon there because he gets ran down by offensive lineman.
Well, Coach, this was a big sequence in the game. Maybe a chance to blow them open right here. And it was 13-0. You had the ball deep in their territory. You have to settle for a field goal. It's no good at this point, but you just kind of sensed if you could punch in a touchdown there, the game might be over.
Right. I think sometimes you got to know there's opportunities. We talked about that after Sunday. There's opportunities in the game where you throw the last straw that breaks the camel's back and makes people tap out. And maybe at 21, at 20-0 there in the first, it may be a whole different ball game.
You can see after that missed field goal, they kind of got some life here, got something going offensively, had a nice drive, and they would put this one in for 6 and get right back in the ball game. And now it looked like it may be 20-0, and now it's 13-7.
Right. Football is a game of momentum. It's a game of emotions and momentum, and it's huge. And right there, come back in the second quarter, and basically Lamar's got all the momentum in the second.
This was kind of a strange call here. Thought it was a late hit there, maybe that they were calling. They ended up being a face mask on the offense and would back us up and give us a third down situation. But this is a great play here by Deshae, throwing across his body.
I think that is a typical play of Deshae Landor. I think the poise, the confidence, his athletic ability, but the awareness of his field too, to get that ball to an open receiver and find him.
Certainly a weird play in the game right here. This was the one that had the long delay as it was a fumble, then they threw it forward, and there was 2 different reviews on it. Ended up giving them the football, but back at where he fumbled because the young man was actually laying on his back. As you can see, this was kind of a strange point in the game, a really long delay for reviews.
Yeah, kind of slowed things up.
So they would get the football there after the turnover inside our territory, but not deep in our territory, as around the 50-yard line. And here's another interception Mike could have had, as Mikey Eugene almost came up with that one.
I know he wished he would have that one back.
And here he goes, as he got loose a couple of times in this one, and this was one of his better runs in the ball game.
Yeah, got a big run there. Again, you got Denzel Thompson and Mikey Eugene helped get him out.
And then they would actually put the ball in, and in a game that was up 13-0, seemed like all the momentum was on your side. They took it back here at 14-13, really a back and forth game. You knew they wouldn't quit.
No doubt. Yeah, you got to get hats off to them. They're a very good football team. I said that from the start. I think you got to give them credit. They came way back in it. That's Southland Conference play. I know there's nobody in this conference that's going to lay down for you and tap out.
Coach, kind of a weird first half in this one. You jump out 13-0. Maybe look after the interception, you're going to go up more. They come back and score a couple of touchdowns, and you actually go in the locker room trailing in this one in a first half that I think if you weren't looking at the scoreboard, you felt like you had control of the game.
Yeah, well, I think definitely the first quarter, we started fast, came out, we dominated the first quarter. Second quarter momentum really goes to Lamar. Yeah. So they made the plays offensively, and they got the ball down there, did a great job on defense. It's kind of a tale, really, is whoever had. There was a big win in this game. A lot of people, I don't know if people understood that. There was a big win in this game, and it did affect some things we were doing with the ball. And again, at that point, we felt comfortable throughout the ball game, but really felt going at halftime we had some missed opportunities that could have been up on a big margin.
Certainly in that first half of the football game, every point that was scored was with the wind at the offense's back in that first half of this ball game. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the second half and how this one finished up right here on Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall. If it's great food and casual dining you crave, then try the Santa Fe Cattle Company. Santa Fe Cattle has become one of the nation's fastest growing restaurants. With over 14 years of cooking great food, Santa Fe provides customers with a unique blend of perfectly aged USDA choice steaks, ribs, fajitas, all made fresh daily from scratch and served in a comfortable casual atmosphere. With over 30 entrees on the menu to choose from, there is something at Santa Fe Cattle Company for everyone. So come out and capture the authentic flavors of the Southwest delivered right to your table. We guarantee you'll love your Santa Fe experience. To find the nearest location, please visit SantaFeCattle.com. Santa Fe Cattle Company, real, fresh, fun. Your eyesight is so important, and when it comes to your eye care, let the friendly staff at the Bond Roten Eye Clinic care for you. Doctors Hunter Bond and Chris Roten, along with their staff of trained doctors, are committed to providing every patient with quality care. The Bond Roten Eye Clinic has the latest medical technology and eye care to help you, the patient. With over 14 years of experience, the Bond Roten Eye Clinic has 3 locations to serve you, with offices in Denham Springs, Hammond, and Amite. So if it's a checkup, glasses, or LASIK surgery, you need to visit the Bond Roten Eye Clinic. For more information on the clinic, please visit bondroteneyeclinic.com.
Inside Southeastern Football with Coach Ron Roberts is supported by Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction, located in Southeastern's hometown of Hammond, Louisiana. Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction is a dealer-only auto auction locally owned by John Poteet. For more information on Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction or their upcoming charity golf tournament, please visit www.lafcaa.com or visit Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction on Facebook and Twitter.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall. Right here at Santa Fe is our host this week for our program. The Lions trailed at halftime against Lamar 14-13. Let's go back out to Strawberry Stadium and check out the second half highlights that would come down to the wire. All right, coach, come out here for the second half of this ball game and trailing at halftime, and come out and try to get the physical run game going.
Yeah, nice run there with Cody Sutton. Really wanted to get the offense going. And thought really we all night long we really done whatever we wanted to. We had, like you see it here, we had shot ourselves in the foot with some turnovers and fumbles. Huge sequence right here, as you're going to see this from the backside, is a little screen pass that Cody maybe looked like he might have been down, but it's going to be a fumble. They get the football, so here they have the lead deep in our territory. But once again, our defense has been so good at this all year long. Turn those guys away and make them settle for a field goal opportunity. Yeah, great job. I think defense, that's the mark of it. When do you stand up and make those plays? And we had some guys make some huge plays. A big hit there by Micah Eugene again. Stopping him cold in his tracks, makes him kick a field goal. So at that point, they may have had an opportunity to go up by a touchdown to keep it to a field goal game. Nice run here by Xavier Roberson. It was nice to see him back healthy this week. Yeah. Thought he played well. That was 90-some yards rushing, 19 carries. And I think obviously, again, as the more he practices, the more he gets going. He's coming back off that injury. You're going to see him obviously be more production all the time. Great throw there. Coach, you still have confidence in Jonathan Tatum. You run him out there for a 40-yard field goal, and he bangs it through to make it 17-16. And when this one would end up, that was 3 big points in this one. But I know that you couldn't be happy with this. Your teams have always been so good on kick coverage, and unfortunately they have a big play here. Yeah, well, this is several mistakes in this thing, from the ball placement on the kick. So we have several errors on assignments on this one, and lets them return this thing for us. And we got to more, like I said, that's the biggest thing we talk about is the pride that kickoffs and any special teams unit, the big plays are out there for them, and you got to make sure you go out there and perform. So they would kick it to Xavier Roberson, and he would have an explosive return of his own right. One of the best return men in the country, and get your offense set up in good field position. Yep, he's about to get going, and I think obviously the more we get him out there and get him the feel of this thing, we're going to hopefully get him into midseason form here soon. Cody Sutton with a nice run here, breaking tackle. That was a really nice run. Great cut, leg drive, determination. Our guys are stepping up as they get closer and closer. They're taking it to a different gear. Here's Xavier bouncing it out the backside. We've seen him do that a lot throughout his career. Gets it inside the 5. And Deshae's going to take it in once again for the touchdown. And nice read again. That's what he brings to the table right now, is that he's the guy that makes those proper reads and run checks and stuff. He does it all the time. It's not always about the passing game for a quarterback. It's what he can do for you in the run game as well. Here's Harrington. Looked like we had him pinned deep down in his 5-yard line. Gets it out across the 10. They had made a quarterback change at this point in the ball game, and a great opportunity for field position here as you get a stop with them deep in their own territory. Switch it over to the 4th quarter. Nice throw by Deshae there.
Here's maybe his only mistake of the ball game was an interception. That was after a play where had a touchdown pass probably dropped, and then
he just underthrew that one a little bit. If he gets it out a little, about 5 more yards, it's going to be a touchdown. He's going to walk in the end zone.
So another big situation here, Coach. They have the ball deep inside your 10-yard line. Again, you hold them to a field goal. Huge situation there. You get the ball back here, 27-23. You can see there was about 8 minutes left on the clock, and this would be one of those epic drives as 17 plays. And this was a great third down conversion here from Deshae down to Brandon Acker, and this is a championship drive.
This is what you do it for. This is the drives that make offenses, I think, gain a whole new confidence level.
Here's a 4th down and goal here. We're under a minute to play, and Cody Sutton, he stopped here, and second effort gets him in, and you go up 30-27. I know there's a lot of nervous people in that building at that point of the game.
That was a big play. Great job. You want to see the senior step up and make that play.
I was probably more nervous when they went under the hood here for the review, but it's good. Tatum knocks through the extra point. It's a 3-point game here, Coach, and they have one final shot. They pop a big run, and watch this, everybody.
That is a very violent hit there by Michael Eugene.
As they get it out there with a big run by Kate Harrington, but then your defense would hold here. As this is a 4th down play, their final shot, as your team swarms, and you'd win the football game here in dramatic fashion, come from behind. Huge win for the Lions, but before I get Coach's thoughts on this one, let's go back out to Strawberry Stadium and hear from some players who had some monster ball games in this one.
It felt great. I mean, we run a balanced attack at practice, so we know what we can do, and we knew stepping off the field against Northwestern that we were a lot better than what we showed. So I was just happy that we got to go out there and show how good we can be, even with all the penalties. I think we moved the ball well and put up some points.
It's a great feeling. It's great not only because of the victory. It's great because when you play a team in the Southland, no matter who it is, you're always going to get their best. And we love that because it makes us see how good we can be. But like you said, they are a great team, and to come out on top and prevail over their defense is a great feeling because they're coached very well. They have some great athletes, so it was just a battle through and through.
I was just like, this is my chance. I was just thankful that the coaches, had faith in me to punch it in, put it in the end zone. They believed I could, and my coach always says visualize success. So when I got to the number, I just picture myself punching it in. I didn't know how. I just picture myself scoring.
Coach, we just heard from some players there, a lot of big performances in this one. I think Deshae Lander really introduced himself to the conference and to our fans this week and what kind of player he is. But what a great win. A lot of things went against you, a lot of adversity in this one, and you put together a 17-play drive at the end of the ball game to win it. You actually punched it in on 4th and 1 with under a minute to play. A great win for your program and a great win right here early in the year.
Right. I don't know if there was a bigger one. Just the way we did it and coming back and having to put together that type of drive at the end of the ball game to finish it. There's a lot of things I'm happy with. There's a lot of things, obviously, things we got to get work on if we're going to continue to win in this conference. But there's a lot of things I was happy with, and I think we've been a little bit behind where we want to be offensively, just because we have some guys in and out and not in the reps. But I have a very positive note to see Deshae out there and Xavier and Cody and some guys out there that haven't been on the field in a while.
The thing that jumps out as well is Lamar has been scoring a lot of points this year, running up and down the field on teams. Did not score an offensive touchdown in the second half. They scored on special teams, and also offensively over 250 yards rushing and over 250 yards passing for the Lions against Lamar. And with that win, Coach Roberts moves to 21-3 against Southland Conference opponents. Let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll have more right here on Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall.
Inside Southeastern Football with Coach Ron Roberts is supported by Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction, located in Southeastern's hometown of Hammond, Louisiana. Louisiana's First Choice Auto Auction is a dealer-only auto auction locally owned by John Poteet. For more information on Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction or their upcoming charity golf tournament, please visit www.lafcaa.com or visit Louisiana First Choice Auto Auction on Facebook and Twitter.
Rendy's Quick Stop, located just outside the gates of Southeastern on University Drive, has everything you need in a convenience store. If you're looking for a quick snack or a full-service cold drink fountain, hot food to go from Champ's Chicken and Fish 2, or an ice-cold beer, make sure you visit Rendy's Walk-In Beer Cooler. Rendy's also has a huge selection of import and domestic wine. So whether you're running low on gas or whether you just want to pick up lunch or supper to go, visit Rendy's Quick Stop. Rendy's accepts Lions Lanyap for Southeastern students. Rendy's Quick Stop, a proud supporter of Southeastern football.
Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall. We want to thank Santa Fe for being our host this week. They always have a great menu here. We've been chewing on the peanuts in between breaks, as we're going to bring out some food here later as well and eat that. But, Coach, first of all, let's look around the Southland Conference for a moment. And right now there's 3 teams undefeated in the league. Yourself, McNeese, your opponent this weekend, and also Central Arkansas, but there's a lot of teams in there that's playing well as well. So this thing's wide open. We still got a long way to go, but every week is fun because I love watching those scores because it seems like there's a surprise each and every week.
Yeah, there's obviously some good teams in there, and there's a lot of teams still are in this race. It's way too early to rule anybody out, but it's going to play itself out in October, and by the end of October we're going to have a pretty good idea who's at the lead of the conference race.
All right, this week we have kind of a unique story for you, as we're going to take a look at some very special Lion fans and their attire each home game here for Southeastern.
Southeastern football has experienced great success the past 2 seasons, with the Lions winning back-to-back conference titles. The Lions do it with great players, a strong work ethic, great coaching, and a little help from the big man upstairs. Thanks to the Sisters of the Out of Order, who got their start at a sorority costume ball.
We are all alumni of Alpha Sigma Tau sorority, and they had alumni day. So being the competitive sisters that we are, we dressed up as we are, and we went to this costume party, and we won. And so from there, that day, we had a football game here in Strawberry Stadium. There was tailgating.
The Sisters left Friendship Circle and headed over to Strawberry Stadium for the game. And as the game progressed, the Sisters found the Lions trailing. But through some divine intervention, wouldn't you know it, the Lions found a way to come back and win the game.
After halftime, we started scoring. We looked like a complete different team. And I know we looked at each other and said, you know, if we win this game, we're going to have to come back dressed just the way we are.
The Sisters are made up of 3 alums, Sister Rita, Sister Jill, and Sister Ann. The 3 take their job as the Sisters of the Out of Order very seriously. They entertain civic groups such as the Felines and even performed at the annual Richard Murphy Hospice Gallop. But even just walking down the street not in character, the trio sometimes gets some looks.
Many times I know we've spoken to people who recognize us and say, where do I know you from? And I know I usually just give a shrug of the shoulder. I don't know.
Oh, but being a sister comes with some perks as well.
It's a lot of fun. Maybe the first time we did it, we were coming over to Strawberry Stadium to park, and at that time we didn't have prime parking spot, and we were in Rita's black vehicle, and so we just chose to pull into the parking garage, and the little guy at the gate just nodded and accepted us as the nuns.
Coach Ron Roberts is always working coaching the game, but even he can sense the strong faith coming from the stands. Because you see, earlier this week, Pope Francis was in the United States. The Sisters, though, didn't get to meet with him due to their busy schedule, but they got word from the Pope about who he wants to win tonight's game through a picture he took for them.
Yeah, I don't notice them, but I can feel them. You can feel their presence. No, they do a tremendous job, obviously. We got some great fans.
Like one game, we walked in and everyone just started cheering and yelling and screaming, you know, for us as we walked into Strawberry Stadium, and we just absorbed it and got the crowd riled up, and then we realized we had really just made a touchdown.
For the American Sports Network, I'm Dr. Damon Sunday.
Coach, these are some unique. I remember the first time I saw these ladies walking around campus. This is really funny, and they've really become characters at Southeastern. They're every game, and that's what it's all about. That's what college football is all about. These kind of things that take place at the game.
No, great fans. They're great great supporters. Do a tremendous job, and great Lions fans for life, and we appreciate everything they do for football.
I saw one of them not dressed in their attire one week, just like out in public, and she said, "Oh, I'm one of the sisters." So I said, "Oh, okay, I knew who you were." All right, let's go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll have more right here on Inside Southeastern Football. Head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall. Inside Southeastern Football is made possible by Hammond Nursing Home. As a longtime member of the community, Hammond Nursing Home provides residents an option of quality nursing care in a home-like environment. We understand that there is no place like home, but we strive to maintain a warm, friendly, active environment for all that choose to be a part of our family. Owner Ray Nakhan, a Southeastern graduate and former football player, and his son, Marcus Nakhan, along with the entire Nakhan family, strive to make Hammond Nursing Home the premier nursing home and rehab center in the Hammond area. For more info on Hammond Nursing Home, please visit their website at hammondnursinghome.com. Welcome back to Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall. We want to thank Santa Fe Cattle Company for being our host this week. You see they brought us out a rack of ribs here that we're going to dive into here in just a few moments. But Coach, before we get to that, it's the game that a lot of our fans circle every year, is the McNeese game. It's a very important game for our fans, and it usually, because the two teams are good, has a lot at stake in the conference race, and certainly no different this year, as right now you're going to play McNeese on Saturday night, 6 o'clock kickoff over in Lake Charles. You're 3-1, 2-0 in the league. They're 4-0, 3-0 in the league. Whoever wins this one's going to be on top of the conference.
They're a great program, obviously somebody we have a tremendous amount of respect for, and you know, they've done it for years in this conference, been very good. And this has been a tremendous rivalry. It's a great rivalry, and a lot of battles, not just on the football, but for recruiting purposes. It's a tremendous in-state rivalry that this is a big game that has a lot at stake.
Game will be televised on Cox Sports Television, so that's a nice thing, another opportunity to be on television. I know that there's fan buses, there's student buses. I know a lot of our Southeastern fans will be making their way over to Lake Charles. It's always a great atmosphere for college football over there. This is a team that they've been pretty good defensively so far this year. They've been very stout, not giving up a whole lot of points so far for the McNeese State Cowboys.
Oh yeah, they're very good on defense. They are every year. I mean, they've got a tremendous defense every year. They're going to be top of the conference year in, year out, and it's going to be a huge challenge for us to go over there at their place. It's a tough place to go play. I know it'll be a tremendous electrifying environment there at McNeese Stadium.
Ought to be a great matchup, as two top 25 teams will take the field at 6 o'clock in Lake Charles. Please make the trip over. It ought to be a great afternoon for football, 6 o'clock afternoon, evening, whatever you want to call it. Also, it will be televised on Cox Sports Television. For Coach Ron Roberts, I'm Allen Waddell. We'll see you there right here on Inside Southeastern Football with head coach Ron Roberts, presented by the Hammond Square Mall.